Today is our final day spent with St Therese of Lisieux, and I would like to share with you this image of God as our Father and Creator, and of us as His children and His creation. St Therese says, "If an artist's canvas could but speak and think, surely it would never complain of being touched and retouched by the brush, nor would it feel envious thereof, knowing that all its beauty is due to the artist alone. So too the brush itself could not boast of the masterpiece it had helped to produce, for it must know that an artist is never at loss, that difficulties do but stimulate him, and that at times it pleases him to make use of instruments the most unlikely and defective." We are the canvas and God is the artist. We begin as a blank canvas, but God already knows what He is going to create. He uses His brushes to apply a wash to give us colour. Then slowly, bit by bit, He applies more colours. Then slowly builds up the picture. Depth is added, forms are sketched and maybe erased out. We start to take shape. We are altered, and we are painstakingly made to look a beautiful picture. And it is in the artist's hands that we become his loved, cared for and longed for masterpiece. We are a priceless work of art. And not only are we the canvas that becomes a masterpiece, we are also the brushes, the instruments and tools of the artist's trade, the means that God can create new pictures. St Therese is writing to her Reverend Mother, and she goes on to say, "Dear Mother, I am the little brush that Jesus has chosen to paint His likeness in the souls you have confided to my care. Now an artist has several brushes, 2 at the least. The first, which is more useful, gives the ground tints and rapidly covers the whole canvas. The other, the smaller one, puts in the lesser touches. Mother, you represent the big brush which our Lord holds lovingly in His hand when He wishes to do some great work in the souls of your children. And I am the little one He deigns to use afterwards to fill in the minor details." For St Therese, she saw herself as the little fine brush, the one used by God, the very smallest one, to add those details, those fine lines. So whether we see God using us in great ways, or whether it is in perhaps the detail, the small ways, or perhaps those ways that we think are insignificant, know that God holds us lovingly in His hands, each and every one of us. And by letting Him use us, He paints His love and His image into people's lives. So whether in these difficult times we are the big brush, working on a vaccine perhaps for COVID-19, or maybe we are the little brush, perhaps the friend who phones up their neighbour to see how they are. Both kind of brushes are important and needed, and are used amazingly by God to accomplish his will. Amen.